Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective. This is Think Design Stories. In this series, we will be going behind the scenes on one of the most iconic laptop brands ever conceived and is still going strong. Luis Hernandez retired from Lenovo in January of 2024, and he was the leader of Lenovo's Commercial Product Solutions development team. He had an overall responsibility for the development of PC and cloud-ready devices, which included ThinkPad and education PCs, workstation PCs such as ThinkStation and the ThinkPad P series, smart office solutions such as ThinkSmart, OEM devices, and strategic innovation like the X1 Fold, the first foldable PC in the industry. He oversaw over 900 engineers across the development labs in China, Japan, and the United States. Prior to this, he was the vice president of the product group, PC, and Smart Solutions Development, responsible for developing Lenovo consumer SMB and commercial PCs. Luis joined Lenovo during the merge of IBM PC and Lenovo Group in 2005. During 2005 to 2016, Luis held several technical and business executive positions. In 2005, he was one of the first Lenovo leaders to integrate engineering organizations in the global supply chain. In 2010, he established ThinkPad Edge business unit, focused on small businesses while on the international assignment in Beijing. He also took Lenovo laptop SMB market share from number 4 to number 1 in a span of 2 years. Later in 2013, he became leader of the ThinkPad development team, and in 2014, he became vice president and general manager of the ThinkPad business. He had overall responsibility for the iconic ThinkPad product line for 2 years, and most notably in 2015, he led the expansion of the X1 family and celebrated the shipment of the 100th million ThinkPad. In addition to the day-to-day responsibilities of business, Luis was instrumental in driving innovation and bringing change into the organization. His career started in 1987 with IBM PC Group in Boca Raton, Florida. He worked with IBM for 18 years with numerous management and engineering positions. From 1987 to 1997, he held several engineering positions in VLSI and PC system development during the initial boom of the PC industry. From 1997 to 2005, Luis held several management positions in PC system development, PC mechanical, DSP modem, software tools, and quality for IBM PC products. Luis graduated from the University of Notre Dame with a BS in electrical engineering and received an MBA from the Fuqua School of Business at Duke University. He was awarded 5 U.S. patents, has written several technical reports and disclosures related to PC technology, and was appointed Senior Technical Staff Member in 2004. Luis is married and lives in Cary, North Carolina since 1995 with his wife Kristen and 3 daughters. He is a retired lieutenant colonel from the United States Army Reserve and a veteran of the Iraq and Afghanistan campaigns. He is a board member of several charitable organizations, which include St. Michael's Honduras Sister Parish Mission, the Cramden Institute, the Cristo Rey Triangle High School, and the Emily K. Center in Durham, North Carolina. Please welcome Luis Hernandez. ThinkPad has been around for over 30 years now, and you were working with them since 1997. So the majority of its lifespan thus far, and I think that's a rare thing in any industry where you get to work on a specific kind of product line for so long, and that product line is still recognizable. It's very popular to take a ThinkPad from the 90s and compare it to one that was just released, and they look different, but you can still tell that they are the same computer. And like, from your perspective, what has that been like to work on something for that long that has that, I'll use the word continuity.
Yeah, and David Hill probably told you about this, is that it's an evolution.
Hmm.
And there's no question that we drive ThinkPad innovation, new technologies, year after year after year. But the way we do it is we evolve the design and the product, and we're very close on how we fit this together. And we understand what our core values are and make sure that we don't break those core values, that we make them better so the customer understands that we're going to be there for them. I think that's the key balance on it. I've been very lucky that, even though sometimes in my career I did not work all the time with ThinkPad, but in a way related. Definitely when I was in my military tours, I was not working with ThinkPad, but at least I was using them and
Hmm.
providing feedback. And then when I was in procurement engineering, for example, with the global supply chain that I did 3.5 years, I really was not working with the ThinkPad design team, but I was working very closely with them because all the parts that
Hmm.
go into making a ThinkPad, my procurement engineering team was, helping develop with the suppliers and those. So I always felt that ThinkPad was a brand that had a meaning because of that value proposition that we gave to our customers. And working and be associated with it was something that I wanted to do, because I felt that, being able to influence millions of people around the world in many areas, in finance, in education, in healthcare, you name it. I mean, because these products get used everywhere, right?
Hmm.
Being able to have that kind of influence, positive influence, is what really helped me keep motivated to continue to working in this brand, in this group. And that's why I never doubt, even though that I potentially could have opportunities somewhere else, I felt that, this is the place that I needed to be, and continue to work throughout the years. So yeah, it's an incredible brand, but it took time to build,
Hmm.
and it took, you know, detailed thought, like we call the core values: relentless innovation, thoughtful design, and quality, right? We look at those three focus areas, and then everything that we build is around that, and how we continue to make that, a valuable proposition for our customers so they can continue to trust us and continue to buy us. Because at the end of the day, that's the proof, right?
Hmm.
If they don't buy you, then the brand goes away. But we've been very fortunate that, we went through 100. I remember celebrating the 100 million ThinkPad around 2015,
Yeah.
and I was general manager, and we celebrated the 100 million. And now we just hit, not too long ago, 200 million when we did 30 years. And now we're past that. So, especially when Lenovo took over and put focus, because they'll focus on PC, this brand has really, been, a much better vehicle to drive, volume around the world. And we're all very proud of it. And that's why I think people that work in ThinkPad like to stay with it. Not even the employees in Lenovo and IBM back then, but even the suppliers and partners. They are proud working on the ThinkPad brand. And then our customers are critical. We listen to our customers, and the customers are part of that design process. Jerry Paradise, a colleague of mine that we've been working together for a long time. I'm sure you know him. He was just in CES. He drives the portfolio and been doing that for a long time for ThinkPad and many other products in commercial. But that relationship that we have with the customer is essential. And the way that we build our relationship and make the customer part of our design process, I think is one of the key value propositions for the entire brand.
I have to agree. Even from my own experience, back in December of last year, having the opportunity to test out pre-production versions of the X1 Fold 16. Like that was one of the highlights of my year, was being given that opportunity, and how it made me feel. Like it was really cool to have, even just a tiny amount of input on such a cool and innovative device. And it's like, other people probably don't do that in the same way. So yeah, I can speak from experience and confirm what you're saying is absolutely true. Having those opportunities it's empowering, and it creates that connection.
Yeah, yeah, appreciate the input because I'm telling you that X1 Fold 16 is a great product, but it was hard. It was hard to do. You can imagine are very hard to do in the phone industry. You can imagine in PC, they're bigger screens, so it's even more challenges. But I love that product. I think that product is revolutionary, and eventually it will be a big part of the computer or the notebook segment in the future, as we figure out ways of making it obviously more bring the price downs, and as we drive more volume and so forth. But yeah, that product. I like it, and that product is awesome. That big screen. Once you get used to that big screen, it's very hard to go back to anything smaller
Yes.
than that.
Yeah. No, and it going back to what we were talking about earlier, it's like deciding when the technology is ready, and yeah, just the form factor is so different that I can see, if you don't ever have the opportunity to handle one and manipulate it, you might say, well, why would I need something like that? And it's like, for a lot of people, a laptop style is going to be perfectly okay. But if you're a
Right.
person that wants a tablet one day, an external monitor the next, a
Mhm.
laptop the following afternoon, but you need a journal, like that was the one thing that amazed me, is that there was a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't have to carry anymore because I had that thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that to me is what's got me excited about that particular form factor, is, it replaced a lot.
And that's exactly what you're saying is the input that some of our customers are saying that why they like that foldable. And I agree with you. This is not for everybody.
Hmm.
That's why we have different products, right? In the X1 Fold 16, because of the screen size and the ability of going into different modes. And we design it to go into different modes, not just horizontal, but portrait mode. And
Hmm.
obviously, you have the clamshell mode. Uh, all that flexibility allows the person that needs it, like you, to be more enjoys more doing the work because of the product that they have, right? And I'm the same way. I like that product because of the flexibility that allows me to go from a big screen to a smaller screen if I'm in the airplane, right?
Hmm.
Or if I want to watch a movie, I have a great OLED screen to watch a movie,
Yeah.
16-inch on a very reasonable weight and
Yes.
size when I have to
Yes.
carry it in my bag or in my hand. That's
Mhm.
why I really think that kind of product has a lot of opportunities for a lot of customers.
Yeah.
But it was hard to make, Thomas. It was hard to make. It was hard
I,
to make.
I can only imagine. I know that, yeah, they ran into a couple of things. I think it was after sometime around January or February. I think things were getting a little tricky, and but successfully, it did make its way out the door. And I'm looking forward to what Gen 2 and Gen 3 will look like, because I think it is here to stay very much.